Hey, it's T. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a realistic look at what it's like to clean when your mind wants to get it all done, but your body is like, girl, sit down somewhere. Will I accomplish all of the tasks that are on my list for the day? Keep watching.
The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the chance.
Hey, it's T. So today I have a few things to get cleaned. I'm going to start in my primary bedroom. Then hopefully I'll have time and energy to move on to my vanity area. I'm not sure if I'm going to clean my primary bathroom, but if I do, it won't be the entire thing. It'll just be a basic wipe down of the floor and the toilet. I also have to go clean my kitchen. It's a little bit more cluttered than I would like, but I have not been feeling well. I've been extremely low energy. I'm due for another round of infusions starting next week, so right now I'm just running on fumes, and that's another reason why this is just as realistic as you can get. I don't perform on YouTube, I clean my house, and whether I'm cleaning it with the camera or without the camera, I'm usually cleaning it the same way, but that's often based on how much energy I have. And because today I've already gotten in my workout, and it's like it's a little bit after noon. I don't know how much I have left in me, so the goal in my bedroom is to change the bedding and change my curtains. I'm going to move to the spring decor, and after that I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot more in here besides maybe dusting the furniture. Let me show you what I have to do in here. So right here, you can easily tell that I need to dust the furniture. This is something that I do on a regular basis, and it is mind-boggling how dust still happens to accumulate in here so quickly. Right here is the top of my husband's dresser, and then down here we have not as bad with the dust there, but then if you look up here on the headboard, we're dealing with more dust. So I do want to take care of the dust so that I can breathe more easily in this space. So if you're ready, let's just go ahead and get started. Before we get too far into the video, I want to read to you this week's encouraging scripture. It comes from Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6, and it reads, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight."
Come run away. Don't be afraid. We'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do. Let's break away. All colors will fade. Let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. By you. I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do. Let's break away. Girl, you're fine, not gonna lie. I just wanna make you my, yeah. What you gonna do about it? Or let's pretend we stay just friends. Would you find some other guy when the night ends? What you gonna do about it? Tell you what, let's forget about it. You've got enough fancy friends and a way about you. Like your luck, it's never ever gonna dry up. No, tell you what, let's forget about it. You got it all figured out and a way about you. Like you can't get enough of wild nights. You work so.
If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, I appreciate you being here as usual. I have a special message to one of my long-term subscribers who just welcomed a brand new grandson into this world. Congratulations, you know who you are. If you are a new viewer, I want to tell you that on this channel we pray. Just a moment ago, I responded to a couple of prayer requests from someone who commented on one of my older videos and asked me to pray for her. In that moment, I did just that, because if I tell someone that I'm going to pray for them, I am going to pray for them, and I hope they would do the same for me. So that said, I would love it if you would share your good news and your bad news. If you have any prayer requests that you would like to leave, please comment below. If you have any praises that could help someone else, please leave those as well. We love to pray on this channel. We love to lean on one another, and we just like to be there as we are called to do.
Let's forget about it. You've got enough fancy friends and a way about you. Like your luck is never ever gonna dry up. No, no, no. Tell you what, let's forget about it. You got it all figured out and a way about you. Like you can't get enough of wild nights, wild nights. Tell you what, let's forget about it. You've got enough fancy friends and a way about you. Like your luck is never ever gonna dry up. No. Tell you what, let's forget about it. You got it all figured out and a way about you. Like you can't get enough of wild nights and high fives. High fives, yeah. And wild nights, you can't get enough.
How did we end up here in the corner, looking like enemies? We used to be the team people talk about, what a chemistry. I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. You know exactly what it means and how it hurts.
At the beginning of the video, I mentioned how exhausted I am and how I didn't know how much I would accomplish on this day. My exhaustion is due to having iron deficiency anemia, but that's really just a symptom. I am so grateful and so blessed to have met a hematologist in 2022 who really did her work in finding out why I was so iron deficient. She discovered through a lot of testing that I had to have done over a long period of time that my anemia, my low iron, is caused by a bleeding disorder. It is von Willebrand disease, and it's not quite hemophilia. It's like, I call it a step below hemophilia. Von Willebrand disease is it just means that my blood takes longer to clot, and so when I bleed, whether it's through nature or if I bleed because I cut myself or something, I will bleed longer because my blood takes longer to clot. I also have a blood disorder that is also in place. So I have a couple of things that make it so that I need to get iron infusions. Over-the-counter iron pills don't work for me. Prescription iron pills do not work. It just has to be infused directly into my blood system. So I also have an iron absorption problem. So it doesn't matter how many iron-rich foods I eat, my body simply will not absorb the iron. So we're down to once every 6 months now I get infusions. I was getting them in the beginning every 3 months, and I was getting mega doses. I'm still getting mega doses, but I get them every 6 weeks, and quite honestly, I probably need to go back to getting them more frequently, because what happens is, like right now, I've been exhausted for about 2 or 3 weeks. My infusions start next week, but it'll be sometime in June when I finally have enough energy so that I'm not completely exhausted every day. So I say all of this to say to you, if something's not quite right with your body, you might need to just keep searching for some doctor who is truly invested in making sure that they understand, that they figure out what is going on, and that they're not just shoving prescriptions your way that may not be effective, and that they're not just treating the symptoms, but that they're actually trying to get to the root cause, so that together you can work to fix whatever's going on so that you can have a better quality of life.
What do you regret now? Thinking you were clever, telling those little lies. such a lie. Getting enough of this, my love don't come for free. I got enough of you. Ooh, thinking that I'ma quit. You gotta keep it real. I got enough of you. Ooh, yeah. Liar, baby, you're such a liar. Singing out loud to the choir. Liar, baby, I'm tired. Trying to put out my fire. You didn't know I'm a liar. And you're a liar, babe. Buy me a river, talking in silver. You know it's been a while since you came around. Look in the mirror. Are you getting bitter? Don't you come around no more, baby, no more. Getting enough of this, my love don't come for free. I got enough of you.
Now that I'm all done with the cleaning, I can start to put my room back together. I'm going to get started by hanging up these curtains. I borrowed these curtains from my 11-year-old last year in his toy room and his bedroom. He had 2 sets of curtains that were identical, and at some point when I did a makeover on both of those rooms last year, I realized that the curtains fit perfectly in my space because I have so many blue accents. So I'm replacing the curtains that I had up before with these. I did use these last spring, so I'm just bringing them back again. I just want to mention that for this year, in terms of decor, there is very little that I plan on buying. I'm just going to use what I already have in my home. I'm going to shop at my home. I am choosing to instead spend any money that I would have spent on decor, which I do have a lot of. I would spend that money on building up my suburban homestead. By the way, if you had not checked out any of those videos, I will link the playlist below in the description box.
Only photographs is what we have. Liar, baby, you're such a liar. Singing out loud to the choir. Liar, baby, I'm tired. Trying to put out my fire. You didn't know I'm a liar. And you're a liar, babe. I got this boy on my mind that I can't live without. Oh, his eyes are killing me.
Since our overnight lows are finally in the 40s and 50s and even the 60s sometimes, I am excited about being able to put on our spring bedding. So that's what you see me doing here. Again, these are all items that I already had on hand.
And my heart's beating fast when it's looking like that. Oh, his smile is killing me. It's the way that it moves and the way that it laughs, so I can't get enough. Think about him all the time. I can't get him off my mind. Oh, I want him to be mine, to be mine. My heart is saying yeah. You know I want him now. My heart is saying yeah. I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it's dark, I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want. Yeah, I can be a fighter. I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you want. All the way that I feel, yeah, I know that it's real, 'cause I can get him out of my.
One of my favorite home organization tools is my vacuum bag kit, and that's what you see me using right here. I am taking out some items that I vacuum sealed a few months ago. This system has helped me to reclaim so much space that was previously necessary for storing my off-season blankets and pillows. Another space-saving strategy that I use is to purchase pillow inserts. I'll show you that in just a moment. And I changed the look of those pillows by using decorative and easy to store pillow covers. That in itself cuts down on the space that would otherwise be used by bulky decorative pillows.
Harder saying yeah. I wanna now. Yeah. I told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it's dark. I told him I would do it all for you.
In this moment, I noticed that my pillow insert was too small, so I looked at the label and saw that it was a 16 by 16. I didn't realize that I had that size mixed in with the 18 by 18, so as I put on the rest of the pillow covers, I'm just going to check the tags and make sure that I'm using the right size pillow insert.
I can be a fighter if you want. I can be a fighter if you
Every night I'm going on the grid, texting back, I want you, hit you up, I'm on the other side, I miss you. Take you off, I came in way too strong, cannot keep it low key. Got me drugged, your pheromones hit the roof, bottle your taste. It's really a bad reception out there, where you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? I've lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. Found myself in between the lines, underneath your bed sheets. It started fun, but now I'm in too deep into this flow. A zero-sum game that I will lose, there's no zipping past it. Every time you walk away from me, I want you. How could I want you more? Or when did I lose my perspective? Oh God, have I lost it? But my cravings for you so shameless, can't get enough. I've lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post, there's no denial, I'm chasing ghosts. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post, hitting you up but I'm stuck on hold. Is it really a bad reception out there, where you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? Yeah, I lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, yeah, I lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. I've lost you, I've lost you. I keep on looking for you.
There's another side of you trying to break through, able to tell the truth. no one else can see you like I do. All you ever do is say how far you wanna go. Baby, I can tell it's just for show. Every line designed to let me know. You know you're already accepted. To me, you're always picture perfect. You think you're gonna be rejected. Just say you're in love, 'cause so.
And just like that, my sink full of dishes is empty. I loaded the dishwasher off camera because with the low amount of energy that I had left, moving the camera often to get the best angles for you was not in the cards. However, I know how satisfying cleaning sinks can be for some of you, so I decided to record that portion of cleaning the kitchen.
When we are together, you're afraid to hold my hand, trying to understand. What if this doesn't go as planned?
So these two boxes contain items that I need for our RV. We will be taking our first road trip in that here pretty soon. I'm expecting a few more items, but Amazon misdelivered them. They went somewhere else. The front porch in the picture in the app was not my porch, so they say that I'll be getting replacements soon, but until then, here's what I have so far. I have some curtains. I ordered 3 sets of these. They are 42 by 72. And what I'll be using these for, no, there's 2 sets of those. I'll be using those for privacy, so our 11-year-old would like to have like some privacy in his bunk. He said it'll be like living in a fort or playing in a fort, which is what he does in his bedroom and his toy room quite often. He loves building forts, so it'll be like building a fort for him. I have this step stool, which we already own 2 of. There's one for use in my bedroom so that I can reach things at the top of my closet, and my son has one in his closet as well. Don't know what's in this box. 6-tier over-the-door pantry organizer. Oh, okay. We are definitely going to need this because we do not have enough storage space. We have so little storage space that I'm going to be using this to actually store our food items. And this last box here, I bought some dishes a few months ago when we first bought the RV, but I thought I didn't get enough, so I just went ahead and ordered some more because I bought one of everything, but I figured let me just go ahead and get a minimum of another set for every person. So here we are. These are, I feel like these are some special kind. These are wheat straw plastic. So we have 4 bowls. We have 4 cups. These are really small cups, but I think this will work for the RV. We have 4 small plates. And we have 4 dinner plates. Again, so here are all the dishes. I just need to put them into the dishwasher because we will be going over to the RV this evening to, my husband has something he needs to do with the plumbing, and then I need to put these items in there. I was expecting some tension rods for these curtains, but because my package was misdelivered, the tension rod that should have been here, actually they both should have been here today, but the one that was definitely going to be here today is on someone else's porch, and they have not seen fit to bring that to me. And then the other one was actually delayed. We really need the other one because that is, I can't buy that at a store. I have looked, trust me, I've looked around locally, but I need one that's 104 inches long because I believe the space that we're trying to put these curtains up at is 90 something inches. So if I cannot, and it needs to be a tension rod. If we can't find that, then We're just going to have to wait until the one that I did order comes in. The problem is it's going to arrive when we're not at home. So that's not going to do us any good for this next trip, but it'll be here for the trip after that. So let's go ahead and put these dishes into the dishwasher.
One I'd like to be a different side of me, yeah, yeah. You'll find a different side of me, like someone pretty neat. A different side of me, yeah, yeah.
Well, we got it done. Thank you for following along as I refreshed my bedroom for spring and tackled a few other tasks. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you would like to see this kind of content in the future but are not yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button, and when you do, don't forget to click the notification bell so that you won't miss out on future uploads. Also, be sure to check out my new travel channel, Away Tea Goes. My first video on that channel goes live on Saturday, April 26th at noon, and I hope to see you there. Until the next time, stay blessed.
To be a different side of me, yeah, yeah. You'll find a different side of me, like someone pretty neat. A different side of